Alright, so the books came in today, and I had to go today. I had to return Persepolis, which I'm glad to see. There's the Trinity one did not go off my account for whatever reason. And I'm glad it was not Persepolis because I'd be worried right now. I still am kind of worried about that Trinity one, because that was also why I had to go today to make sure to pass that one, put that one in too. Yeah, it's not here, so they better have they better have it. Sometimes they are a little bit. I'm not too worried because sometimes they'll have like that one book that they just put in after and just like completely forget about it about putting it off your account, whatever. It's happened before. In fact, there was one. It was a Fantastic Four one that was interloan, so it was even more of a so to speak. I thought I had left it in my dad's car or whatever, and no, it just turns out they were a day late. I think they never even said anything. All right, so. Movies, I'm gonna do all at once. Again, I don't like doing the movies on here. I did just do comics. I don't think. Not that I'm like, oh, I don't want to mix them. But, well, one you can't see is Taxi Driver. The Big Lebowski I have seen. That's the only one I have seen out of this pile, which is good because all the others I haven't seen. Tenet I heard was pretty good, and Bad Education was one I wanted to see. And this one I started. This one I have read before. Motor Crush. Hell, I probably reviewed it before. But they have volume 2, and there's only 2 volumes in the series. So I'm like, even if I don't like it, I'll probably want to finish it, the entire series. So I might even put volume 2 in already, before I finish it, I mean. That way I could get it next week, maybe. And this one is probably the only Stephen King book, besides maybe one other that I'm not the biggest fan of, and that's American Vampire. He writes the second story, and Scott Snyder writes the first story. At least it's how I felt beforehand. I don't know how I'm gonna feel with my second read through, so to speak. That one's one that was on Prime Reading, but I don't have any open slots, and if I do, that's being reserved for that Suicide Squad book. Oh, they tied it here. They didn't do that stupid tie. The super stupid tie. Sounded way better in my head when they like tie into a knot, which is pretty good. Like it's secure, it doesn't like and when someone's taking it out or when you're taking it out, it doesn't go poof and like fall out of the bag and make a big mess. DMZ Public Works. This is volume 3, right? Does not say. And I don't think it even says it on here because usually the Vertigo is at the way bottom. Just gonna make sure. Of course, yeah, it should be. It's 13 to 17. Yeah, it is. It's volume 3. I like that series, but like, it's not one that it's not one that I'm like super excited when it comes in and like I'm loving this series. No, it's just one I'm like, yeah, it's good. If they had both compendiums, and like with what's its face, Ex Machina, if I couldn't get it the next volumes, I could not do with Ex Machina, then I probably would consider getting the 2 compendiums, but they only have the first one, and after that, I think you just have to get the trades. I'd rather just get it all at once, or 2 books for one. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, this one finally came in, even though it had like 50 even though there was like 50 libraries that had it. The whole story behind it was I misspelled it, or she misspelled it. No, it was me, because obviously she would have put it in. But I misspelled it. I forgot the D at the end. Or maybe an autocorrect or something. And then I told her it was this book, and then I guess she expected me to put it back in to solicit it again. And I just kept thinking, oh, it's going to be a week late, or oh, it's going to be another week, or something like that. And I just completely forgot. And then it was vacation, so probably a month's worth of waiting for that. Maybe even more. But I finally got it. Skyward Volume 2. I really liked Volume 1. I'll review that. Yeah, Skyward. I'll review that when I'm doing reading recommendations. Wow, Volume 10 is thick. This is Volume 10, well, Volume 9 and Volume 10 of Transmetropolitan. The reason why I did them both at the same time is because Volume 10 is the final volume in this series, which I'm really enjoying. I might even consider just getting the damn books. Yeah, this is $19.99. Usually it's not that expensive, right? Yeah, $14.99. I almost just saw a huge spoiler. Because the Vertigo books, some of them they go right the last page. Sometimes they don't. They'll have like a cover gallery, whatever, and they'll have like an advertisement for other books. But yeah, I might even just consider getting those. Well, I probably wouldn't. It's kind of a waste of money because they have it at the library, but it's that good. I don't want to. I might not even want to wait and just binge it. I guess I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I do know. Like I might get the there's 10 volumes, but 5 books. Like like two for one. Although book 5 must be pretty thick because volume 10 is $19.99. All right, so right here. Okay, so now it's reading recommendation, and I'm gonna do a speed round for 3 of them because I felt the same exact way for them. So actually, no, 4. So Persepolis, Trinity, Wake, and Illegal. All 4 of those I did not finish. Trinity started out pretty good, but for Kurt Busiek, like he did Marvels. I'm starting to think that Marvels is his one-hit wonder. And then after that, he tried to I want to be like Marvels again. But no, he just did not. Either he didn't try as hard as he did for Marvels, or something happened. Because I have not read anything else by Kurt Busiek that I've liked. I don't think, at least, except for Marvels. I think there's bound to be one other book I've read by him that I like. Hopefully his Conan is good, because I kind of preemptively bought 3 Epic Collections worth of that series. And then Persepolis just wasn't my thing. I was like, what? Why am I going to read this? I only got it because everyone else likes the book. I didn't get... it could be... Literally could have been about coal mining. Like, the history of coal mining, not someone being in the coal mines. No, just the history of coal mines. And be like, they got good reviews on Goodreads, and everyone likes it, so I'm gonna get it. Although, to be fair, everyone did say it was a good book. It's just one of those books that I feel like they'd make you read in high school, and they'd be like, but it's a comic book, guys. You guys like comic books, right? Yeah, so you'll like this. And I'm like, no, I don't. And then everyone else that likes, everyone else likes Kill Mockingbird, and actually that's, to be fair, and like everyone that likes Shakespeare probably, I don't know. But even Shakespeare, to be fair, they have it rated pretty low on Goodreads because people have opened their eyes and noticed that the characters are like jerks. There's actually a book I was reading that was talking about that book. The kid was reading the book and he went off on how they're jerks in the book, which is kind of funny because you don't expect them to do that. But yeah, it's not my thing. And then Illegal was also... Illegal was kind of weird because I knew what the book was going to be when I read the first chapter. And it's possible it goes in a different route. But it was just one of those setups that was like, you know what, I can't see myself reading this and enjoying it. It's going to be that book that I'm going to have to force myself to read. Even though each chapter is 10 pages, I'm still going to feel like a lot, like it's going to feel like it's the same amount as any other book. So it's like, you know what, I'm not going to do that. And Trinity, did I just go on a tangent to not say anything about Trinity? And Trinity just got bad. Trinity, it was Fabian Nicieza too. There's 2 stories in Trinity. And one was Kurt Busiek, just Kurt Busiek himself, and one was Fabian Nicieza, who I do not like at all. His Cable and Deadpool book is so damn boring, and so damn convoluted for its own good. Too damn convoluted for its own good. And so his Trinity was pretty much the same too. And way too much dialogue too. It was like, you don't need to have this much dialogue. It was just like, I think it was just all talking too. Like it was barely any action, and it was just not my thing. It reminded me of like a $1 bin book or a 50-cent bin book you'd find, and you'd be like, hey, this was pretty good. And it does start out pretty good. And if I had gotten it, I didn't have the library, and I had to get all 17. I was born in 17 at the $1 comic store. I wouldn't be that bad. I wouldn't be that mad. And it was also that series that I was like, you know what, maybe next issue will be good. And I was like, no, it won't be. And then finally one of them was just so boring. Both of them were, not just the second story. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not getting anything out in the series. Book. Then The Wake by Scott Snyder. Oh my god, that was like... First of all, the Neiman condition, it just proves that I do not see eye to eye on him at all. I mean like his content, which I do. He does have very good content. He puts a lot of effort into it. He puts a lot of time and effort, like a lot of elbow grease, just everything into his into his content. But his opinion is pretty bad. Like, he likes Ironheart. He likes what was the other one he liked that was like, you like that one? He does not like Walking Dead or Outcast. It's like, what the hell, dude? But he does like Preacher, so it's not one of those things where it makes sense why he doesn't like those books and likes these books. But yeah, The Wake, he said, but this is Scott Snyder one. He said, oh, this is a really good hidden gem book. You gotta read it. It's so damn good. And I was falling asleep after a while. Like, the first issue was a pretty good setup. The second issue... I think it was second issue. Second issue was kind of just eh. The third issue started out really damn good. And at the end, it was so boring, I was just like, I'm not gonna finish this at all. I'm done. It was 10 issues, too. It wasn't like 5 issues or anything like that. Had it only been 5 issues, I would just powered through it and finished it. But I was like, no, I'm done. And that was it for the bad ones. The rest of them are good. The Deadpool ones were so damn good that I'm almost thinking about just getting the rest of the series. Just buying it myself. It's a lot of volumes in that series. Because it went from 2015 to 2018, I believe. Yes, it did, because there's Secret Empire. They had a Secret Empire tie-in. Copperhead Volume 2, I'm glad that I had preemptively solicited Volume 3 when I wasn't even finished with Volume 2, because it is a damn good series. Frostbite was just okay, and that's about it. I don't have a whole... Oh, I should have done reading recommendations until then. Whoopsies. And then, no, I'll preemptively review Umbrella. No, I probably shouldn't. Because I'm not going to finish anything else, am I? No. You know what? I'll save Skyward and then the other ones for next time. Let's do that. Because Umbrella Academy I have not finished. So Umbrella Academy I'll review next time. Because I haven't finished it yet. And then Skyward I'll do that with that. So it's not just one book. But yeah, let's count the ones. 1, 2. So out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Half of them were good so far. And the rest aren't as... The rest are kind of... too. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, 5 books, but I'll be reading 4 because Transmetropolitan I got 2 of. I'm doing the same for Wicked and the Divine, which I might just get this week. I don't know. Oh, nice! I think so. It collects 2 like one-shots. And I think one of them, like a $1 bill for Before Watchmen, they said was not available in these smaller trades. It's only available in the oversized hardcover book 5. So I don't know if it's hardcover. I think you can get a softcover. But it's only available here, and then... No, it's not. It's available here in book 10. Yeah, 55 to 60. So one of the one-shots must be a long issue. Or the last issue. There's only 6 issues. Only like... Well, 8 issues for the entire... when you include the 2 one-shots. I keep wanting to say tie-ins. I'm still on tie-ins, apparently. But yep, that's about it. It's glad I got to go today. Because I don't like waiting. I know I'm going to be able to go, or hopefully we'll be able to go later this week to get the Thursday books. Because I know I'll be... Well, actually, it's possible someone will come in, but I'm pretty sure that someone going to come in on Thursday. But, where was I going with this? I already forget. It's about Thursday's books. Oh yeah, they usually come in. Now, I'll either go Thursday night or Friday day. Friday day. I think this is the first time. And I think it's no, I don't want to say it like that. No, I think it's the second time I've done this where I was finished with the library books and I was reading my own books, like, you know, there's like the something like that. I was finishing up Batman's Grave and the other one. I think it's the first time I've done that, and then gone to the library after. So it's kind of like weird how sometimes I like to get the library books finished. Well, most of the time, all the time, I like to get the libraries finished. Well, I'm going. I'm gonna end this. I'm rambling. I am rambling.